Folks, today we are going to do, let's see if I can get my shadow of my head out of the way. This is some sweet Italian sausage. Cooked it on the grill the other day. It's nice and chilled. So we are going to slice these down. These will leave whole, and then they're going to get vacuum packed in the new Food Saver. Also did some, after I finished with the sausage, I got a mess of boneless chicken breast that was also cooked on the grill. Used some oak wood for extra smoke. Boy, that stuff is really tasty too. And that also will get vacuum packed, and everything will go in the freezer, and my parents will have some good food to eat in my absence. So without further ado, let's just slice a few down. There's also 5 quarts of spaghetti sauce out canned up and ready to eat, so they can run some sliced. Yeah, that one is a little big. Yeah, we'll do some sliced sausage. We'll leave some whole sausage. I think I'll make these a little bit skinnier. There we go. Just do like I said, I'm going to do all of that one row. Probably put a couple of sliced sausages in each package. Then all I got to do is boil up a little pasta, add the sauce, and some sausage, or some grilled chicken if they want to. And here's a hot, tasty meal that was homemade. Just needs to be reheated. And I've had a couple of these as sandwiches with mustard. Oh, man, that's good stuff. Okay, I'm going to finish this up and be back in a bit. And there we have it. Now I would mention that this sausage I intentionally slightly undercooked so that it can be finished cooking. It's just a bit pink if you notice, if the light's okay. The others I cooked a little bit more thoroughly, but either way they're going to be reheated before they get eaten anyway. So it's all going to work out just fine. It'll finish cooking in the reheating process. Also, because it's in the vacuum pack bags, it'll last for several months in the freezer. And to reheat, all you have to do is put the vacuum pack bag right in a pot of boiling water, and you can heat it up that way. Or use the microwave, skillet, whatever you want. Anyway, I'm going to set up the vacuum packer, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, first time use. This, by the way, is the Food Saver V3240. Just got it a couple days ago, and on Amazon. It was Prime eligible, so free shipping. Ordered it over the weekend, and it came on Tuesday. So here we go with the first use. Let's see if I follow the instructions right. Pull up. That looks like that's going to be just about enough. There we are. And it says to put it first things first. This will be moist food. Seal. That appears to be it. And there we go. We have a sealed bag. Nicely done. Now let's put 2 sausages. Yes, the bag is a little oversized, but that way it can be cleaned and reused later. Okay, it says to put curl side down. Let's see, get this thing up out of the way. Not impressed with that storage. Alright, curl side down with the edge in the drip tray. yet. Let's see if I can get my fingers out of the way. Well, let's just do it this way. If you look inside the grip tray, it has two of these little slots. I'll just pull the tray out. So yeah, we got that slot, that slot. The bag end goes down in these little V's. That's what I was doing the first time there. This is the grip tray. This is where the juices go if anything gets sucked out. I have it set for moist food. So again, curl down. Get it in the V's. This has had some of the better reviews, and with its price point, which is just around 90 bucks, I think we're doing okay. Alright, close that. Okay, so this is bag number 2, sealed the end, and that looks good. Maybe a little close, but I can always double seal it. And you missed that one because the camera shut off. I thought I was recording. So we'll put 3 in this time. You know what? Maybe we'll just put 2 and I'll have another sandwich. Again, in case you missed it, this tray has 2 V's in it, and that's where the open end of the bag goes into, so it'll catch any juices that drip out. And we are set for moist food. Although all the juices in these sausages should have settled pretty well by now. I think we're in good shape. Now we're going to hit vacuum and seal. And I can actually see juices flowing off of this one when I separated it. Well, we have a good seal. The vacuum's holding. And just like that, we're done. That's it. Boy, that's a lot of bag at the end there. So I think I'm going to do things a little bit differently for the next one, so as not to waste too much bag. These bags came, this roll came with the unit. I also have a pretty good supply of vacuum bags out in the garage, so having bags is not a big issue. I hate having that much bag not used. So yeah, we'll see. So this time we're going to do a goodly handful. Yeah, that's a little bit better. We're going to do a goodly handful of sliced sausage. A couple good handfuls. That's probably too much. Yeah, we'll do that much. Let's get it down to a single layer. Let go. There we go. Now I am somewhat of a rookie at this, so if I'm messing this up, by all means chime in. Just please be gentle. Don't beat the rookie up too hard. Yeah, processing cooked meats is still messy. So here we go. I'm not going to go all the way into the tray this time. I'm going to put the edge over the tray. And we'll go that route. that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this off. Maybe I'll show you doing a couple of pieces of chicken. I'll be back in a bit. Decided to give myself a little platform to elevate the bag a little bit, and it looks like it's working out a little bit better. So we're released. It seems to be hanging better. It looks like I've got my edge margin a little bit better, because you cut this part off, so there's still room to open the bag, use it, wash it, and it can be reused. And yes, it's in directions that you can reuse them. Just want to clean them and sanitize them good. Alright, for the chicken this time, I don't know how many bags I'm going to need, but I have several already cut out, and I'm going to seal one end of those right now, and then I can just start doing backpacking, or the back and seal side of it. Instead of having to cut one bag, stuff it, just cut one bag. Let's see, let's get another sandwich baggy food glove. That looks good. And I believe I mentioned, I'm going to put, maybe I'll put 3 in each. There we go. Right on the edge. Back and seal. And if you're not familiar with vacuum sealing food, this does not substitute the need for refrigeration. These will be in the freezer. Vacuum sealing without a lot of oxygen exposure means they'll stay in the freezer and not get freezer burned or frosted over, for a much longer period of time. In just a regular, baggie, you're looking at, maybe a month or two. You need to use it up pretty quick. But with this, and there is a whole chart in the instruction book that came with this. The instruction booklet is pretty good. There it is, yeah. See, we have a whole thing, and look, we're dealing with meat. Using the Food Saver system, let's say, beef, pork, and lamb. Looking at 2 to 3 years of freezer time as opposed to 6 months in normal storage. For ground meat, 1 year instead of 4 months in the freezer. Poultry, 2 to 3 years instead of 6 months. Fish, 2 years it works instead of 6 months in a baggie. Hard cheeses, 4 to 8 months instead of a couple weeks. Okay, this is just how it goes. Vegetables, fruits, soft berries, hard berries, baked goods, nuts, coffee. You can backpack coffee and freeze it. Sauces and soups, put it in the freezer. Okay, all the hard cheeses is refrigerated, by the way. Coffee in the freezer, just in the pantry. It's good for 3 months. Sauces, soups, and stews, put it in the freezer in a Food Saver bag, 1 to 2 years. So that spaghetti sauce I have canned up, I could actually put in a bag with the sausage, and we'd be good to go. Oils is good in the pantry for 1 to 11.5 years. Okay, instead of 5 or 6 months. I'm not really making that one out. 1 to 11.5. That doesn't make any sense. 1 to 2. Dry goods last for years instead of months in the pantry. Dried milk, coconut, flour, sugars in the pantry. 1 to 2 years instead of 6 months. Snack foods, chips, cookies, crackers, it all, instead of weeks you get months. And it's a pretty good table. There's more stuff available on the website. We can get into that later. But let's go ahead and get some chicken bagged out here. I'm going to do one more bag, and then we'll pause the camera, and I'll show you the results. Got to have the good big reveal shot, right? So again, I think I'm going to stick with the 3. These are boneless thighs, chicken thighs. Bought them at Sam's Club, and I always like getting these because even though it might cost a little extra for boneless, at least I'm not paying for bones. The cost comes out, and I did kind of check out the cost years ago. The cost comes out to about the same, and you're saving yourself some work having to bone it out yourself. Because boneless is, boneless is good. Okay, hit the vacuum. And again, same thing with some of the sausage. The chicken is slightly undercooked because it is going to be reheated, which will complete the cooking process. Some of them are cooked all the way through, some aren't. The bigger ones aren't. They're still a little pink inside, and that's fine. Because again, you're going to reheat them, eat them with whatever. Well, there's 6 breasts. And I did say I was going to seal one end of the bags all at once before I started vac sealing. Come on up. Okay, get that strip right where I want it. Drop her down, seal. So yeah, I'm going to do all the rest of these last 3 bags. And I know I'm going to need more than 4 more bags if I'm doing 3 per, but we'll figure that out at the end. I'm going to seal these bags up and pack them, back them, and seal them, and I'll be back in a bit. And there we have it, the last bag. And that gives us one. This one has 4 in it. So there's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 19 boneless chicken thighs. All cooked up, sealed up, ready for the freezer, and will last you for a heck of a good long time. Couple that with the sweet Italian sausage, 5 bags of sliced, and 4 whole sausages. And I'll tell you what, there's some food that my parents will eat on all winter long. Later on today, I'm going to do some Italian style meat rolls. I'll show you how to cook those in a meatloaf. That's going to get sliced down and frozen up, bagged up, and everything is going to get bagged, and we'll be sitting in the freezer for use whenever it is most convenient. I'll be back with the meatballs and the meatloaf later on, and we'll get this in the can as soon as we can. Later on.